Kaylee rejected the male lion's advances. She still held a grudge against him. She couldn't accept his love. But seeing his domineering presence, Kaylee realized she couldn't confront him directly. She had no choice but to climb a tree, trying to avoid any contact with Cypher as much as possible. Looking up at Kaylee in the tree, Cypher let out an angry roar, unwilling to accept her avoidance. But for the moment, he was powerless. Kaylee watched Cypher's retreating back. She thought the danger had passed for now, but she had no idea that this action would cost her dearly. Cypher couldn't accept being rejected. He knew exactly why Kaylee had refused him. To force Kaylee to mate with him, all he needed to do was kill her cubs. That way, she would bear his offspring instead. Without hesitation, Cypher began the hunt. He charged toward the cubs. Facing the rampaging lion, the three cubs could only flee in terror. Kaylee seemed to sense something was wrong. She realized her cubs were missing. She hurried down the tree, calling out frantically, but the cubs did not respond. Kaylee searched the savannah anxiously, following the scent of her children wherever it led. Just as she felt a glimmer of hope in tracking them, she was met with a scene of unimaginable despair. One cub lay motionless on the ground, its small body already cold. Kaylee trembled as she approached the cub, trying to wake her sleeping child, but it was all in vain. When she suddenly looked up, Cypher was not far away. She could hardly believe it. The very husband who had once protected her could now be so heartless. Staring at the scene before her, Kaylee let out a desperate roar. Her cry was filled with accusation toward her former partner and the helpless grief of a mother. At that moment, the sky darkened with clouds. A storm was approaching. Kaylee had no time to mourn because two cubs were still missing. She searched carefully along the riverbed and soon found their footprints, but her time was running out. The rushing water was heading her way. Soon, the flood would engulf the riverbed and wash away all traces of her children. Watching the savannah disappear under the flood, the last clue to her cubs was gone. Grief overwhelmed Kaylee, and her cries were filled with longing for her children. As time passed, the cubs' chances of survival grew slimmer. Disheartened, Kaylee returned to her former pride. Her sister saw her return and comforted her willingly. While Kaylee was still engulfed in sorrow, two small figures suddenly appeared. It was the two missing cubs. Fortunately, both little ones were unharmed. Kaylee's family was finally reunited. The shadow that had weighed on her lifted instantly. She eagerly licked her cub's fur, her heart overflowing with the joy of having them back.